Hi everyone, in the times of layoffs, a lot of people are considering taking a pay cut. So let's say if there is a layoff going on in your current company, your current employer may come and propose to you that why don't you take a degraded role or a step down role and then also take a pay cut and we will not fire you. Or another option is that when you are already fired or you are between jobs and you're trying to find a new job, but when you are applying, you are realizing that nobody is ready to offer you a pay which is higher or even equal to your last pay, and sometimes they are offering you lesser salary. So is it really a good idea in that case to join at a lesser pay? So in today's video we are going to talk about 5 good reasons to take a pay cut and 3 not so good reasons to take a pay cut. First, let's get started with 5 reasons why a pay cut can be also a good idea. Okay, all right. So in this, point number 1 is when you are transitioning or moving across industries. Let's say you are moving from a service industry to a product industry, or maybe from a service to a consulting industry. Also transitioning from a legacy skill set to a newer skill set. For example, from a Java background, you are now moving into a cloud or a AI kind of a role with a lot of training and certification and stuff like that. So in such scenarios where you are moving across industries or across skill sets, it is okay to take a lesser pay because you don't have relevant experience and the employer want to give you a chance but at a lower pay. So in that case, it's perfectly fine to take a pay cut, because in the long run with the new skill set or in the new industry, you can always go for better pay. You will always have chances to earn more money. So this is like a short-term pain and a long-term gain. All right, that was point 1. Now let's move to point 2, which is work-life balance. If a high-paying job is giving you 14 hours of work stress and no time to spend with your family, then in that case, accepting an offer which is not that great on the pay side, but it gives you a lot of flexibility to spend time with your family and focus on your mental and physical health, then in that case, it's a good idea to take a paid cut. That was point 2. Now let's move to point 3, which is relocation. At times, companies have a different pay grade for tier 1 cities versus tier 2 and tier 3 cities. So let's say if you are moving from Bangalore and you are moving to some tier 2 or tier 3 city, then the pay scale may change. So in that case, the cost of living will also be less in a tier 3 or tier 2 city as compared to tier 1. And second is, you may have your own personal reasons that you want to stay with your parents or you have your own house, etc. So in that case, relocation is giving you certain benefits, like the cost of living is also lesser and you have better family support. So in that case, taking a pay cut is okay. So that was point number 3. Now let's move to point number 4, which is stronger learning curve. Let's say a company gives you an offer where they are not ready to pay you at par with respect to your previous salary. They are asking you to take a pay cut, but they are ready to train you on a futuristic skill set. They have good project pipeline and complex problems to solve. So you will have a good learning curve over here. So in such case also, it's okay to take a pay cut because the future looks bright. It is not like a pay cut, but it is more of an investment that you're doing to move to a company where you will do some great work. And in the next 1 to 2 years, your value will skyrocket. All right, that was reason number 4. Now let's move to reason 5, which is equity or long-term upside, which means when you join an early stage startup, they don't pay you much in terms of CTC, but they give you equity or they give you ownership or a fast growth plan. So if you do due diligence and see what kind of product they have, what kind of market demand is there for that kind of a product, and if you really like it, then you may want to take that once in a lifetime opportunity where the CTC is low but there is equity and where there is long-term upside. So those were the 5 good reasons to take a pay cut. Now let's talk about 3 bad reasons to take a pay cut. Try to avoid these 3 things. Number 1 is because you are desperate. You think that you are going to lose your job or your employer has already announced layoffs and you are desperate to find a new job. In such cases, people feel pressured and then they say yes to bad job offers because they don't have any plan. They just say yes to whatever comes their way, and then they end up regretting it at a later point in time. So please don't be desperate. That's reason number one. Reason number two, avoid the trap where your employer says, we will revise your salary later, where they tell you, okay, now join at this particular package, and in 6 months or 12 months, we will revise your salary. Because 99% of the times, once you join at a lower salary, they are not going to revise it. So please don't fall for such verbal promises and end up taking a pay cut. And reason number three, you end up joining a role where there is no growth, where there is the same boring work, and you just keep yourself busy doing one transaction after another because you are getting paid. So it's like a dead end job. So please don't say yes to a dead end job just because you are going to have a job, because this is nothing but delaying the problem. So today, if you have a problem of losing the job, you say yes, then you take a pay cut, and then you do the same transactional role which has no future. Please don't fall for this kind of a trap. So those were the three bad reasons. So in a nutshell, when you get into such situations, ask yourself, will this pay cut give me momentum later, or will it give me misery? Is this pay cut buying me peace of mind, growth, or a futuristic skill set? Or is this just a decision that I'm making in panic? To summarize, taking a pay cut is not always wrong, but doing it without the right reasons or doing it without the right strategy is actually dangerous. Okay, with that, we conclude the video. I hope you found this helpful. Drop a comment if it helped you gain some clarity. If you like the video, do hit the like button and don't forget to share it in your WhatsApp groups. If you are new to the channel, please subscribe, and I'll see you in another video soon. Take care and bye for now.